I can code because I'm smart as shit. Hello YouTube, my name is Malicious Code, and I have, until this point, never uploaded a video with my actual voice in it. I only uploaded a quick Paint.net animation I did, which I thought was a little funny. So I decided, why not upload a video to show you guys how to make a simple game. Like something where you could actually move around with an interface and do something. And I wanted to make this simple, so I decided we're going to use Blender for this instead of something more advanced like GameWare or what do you call it, Unreal Engine or Unity. So first thing I would want you to do is make a new folder on your desktop and name it test game, and open up Blender and just wait for it to load. Cause I don't know, but I'm planning on getting a new computer soon, potentially Alienware, because the problem with my computer is, for what I'm trying to do on it, it's really inefficient is the term I would put it at, as you can see right here. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go into Blender Game. Alright, now one thing I do want you guys to do is, before you watch this tutorial I'm about to do, please make sure that you at least know how to use Blender's interface, or else you will be lost. Alright, the first thing I want to do is we're going to add a ground. Alright, now I want to make the ground look a bit more natural. The cool thing you can do is, when you enable some of your add-ons, you can add a grid. You want to take your grid and you want to move it over here, more towards the center. And the reason I want you to use a grid is because it's a naturally knived, what I would call, you'll see. So scale it up and go into edit mode, and you'll see it has all of these squares cut out for you. You want to go down here and select your face select, and you want to grab that and just sort of mess around with your landscape a bit, make it look a bit, natural, I guess. And sorry. So you want to scale all of this, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You want to make it smooth, and now to test what your game will look like, you hit P. I'm gonna move this light a bit upward more. I want it to look a little more, yeah. Now instead of just adding a crappy material, sorry, I'm actually a little sick right now, and this might be weird for you guys, but it's April up here and it's still snowing, which makes no sense at all. So you have your landscape. Instead of adding a bullshit material to it, we're going to be adding a texture. So how you're going to do this is, you're going to open up a new window on Blender, and you're going to go into your UV image editor. Now I have something open for it, and we're going to type in grass texture. Actually, let's go stone texture. Also, my keyboard is a bit cramped for some reason. I like this, it looks a bit more natural. As you can see, my computer really isn't that efficient. Even when I upgraded it from 4 to 12 gigabytes of RAM, it appears that doesn't do much because the CPU I have is kind of crap. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go and save it, and I would recommend you save it in your test game folder so you don't flood your desktop. So I'm gonna save this as ground texture 1. Now we're gonna go and we're going to go over here. We're gonna hit edit. We're gonna hit A twice. We're gonna hit U, and I would recommend cube projection for this. And we're gonna make this. You're gonna hit clip to bounds and scale to bounds so it covers your entire thing. We're gonna hit open, and we're gonna go to our test game where we downloaded this, and we're gonna insert it. Now, as you can see, it automatically adjusts to it, so we're gonna get that out, and we're gonna go to material, make a new material, but don't do anything with it. Go over to textures, hit new, right down here where it says image, you want to click open. You're gonna go over here to where you and you're gonna basically use the same texture you used. Now, whenever I hit the play the game, actually, hang on a second, I'm gonna go into object mode. You're not gonna see anything because we're still in that mode. But if we go to texture mode, as you can see, our texture has loaded nice. I just want to check something really quickly. Go into edit mode. Something just seems a little weird is all. On like one of the edges over here. Maybe it's just the elevation. Alright. So we have our little landscape. Let's change the horizon to something more natural. So you're going to come over to your world editor. You're going to change your horizon color. We're going to brighten that up and just slightly give it some blue. Maybe over to a little pinkish red. I see that looks a bit better. Now, I figure, let's add some scenery, like some clouds and a sun. They're really just going to be nothing, but it'll make it look a bit better. Now, to make clouds, simple clouds that is, you want to take your plane, and you're going to go over here and hit edit, grab your knife tool, and just sort of, these even look like a bit like a Minecraft clouds, just saying. And you're just going to cut that, and then we're going to go over here, like that. You're gonna hold shift, select these two, and you're gonna just delete their faces. Now you're left with this. Select it, hit E, and you made your own custom shape. Now, you're gonna come up here, just scale that down a bit. I'm gonna go over to material, I'm gonna give it a new. I'm gonna make it this, but I'm gonna make it shadeless too. Now, let me go into material really quickly. Alright, that works. So whenever we play it, you can see that. So let's scale that. We're going to add these on a higher elevation. And basically, we're going to hit rotate Z. And we're going to add another cloud. We're going to rotate this a bit though. Rotate these sort of randomly, I guess, for a bit more of a natural whatever effect on the Z axis. So what you want to do is you would hit rotate, and you have X, Y, and Z keys you can hit. Now, I would recommend you flip them, rotate Z, to make them look like they're different clouds. It will save you a lot of modeling time, if you know what I mean. So then you can select these. I'm going to bring them up here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select these. And now, oops, did I just select the ground? Yeah, let's delete that. And now I'm going to do this. Now, when you have your clouds, you're gonna spread them out a bit and give them different, you know what I mean. So, as you do this, what you're gonna do next is we're gonna work on our character. So we actually have an interface to actually use. So now that we have our little clouds, let's give them a look at. Nice little clouds, as you can see. I do want to lower them, so I'm gonna select them. Let's go on this angle so I don't select the background or the ground. And I'm going to lower them a bit. Now, I don't really want to select this anymore, so I'm gonna make it unselectable. So now we have our ground, which looks a bit natural, as you can see. Now, we create our character. I'm gonna use a simple cube for this. We're gonna add our cube, and we're gonna set our camera onto it. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna go to back. Alright, we'll use this perspective and just set your camera, and it just like to glitch out. Sometimes your camera will glitch out on you, and there's a simple way to fix that. You go to your user preferences, input, you hit camera like this, and you'll find this, and you just re-enter the same thing. Oh, hang on, I have number key on. So, and then you're gonna fix that, save user settings, and I can insert my camera. There we go. Now, you want to have it on front so it's perfectly even, and you want to bring this up to your character like this, and you want to make sure it's just right in front like that, as you can see. Or if you want, it might be better to put it actually on top so it's like directly right there. So let me get a good camera view, and right now all I see is nothingness. However, we want to increase the camera view, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna change this to the maximum, which is like 9,000. So you'll see max. Now you're gonna, while you have your camera selected, you're gonna want to take this, right click on your cube, Control P, and you want to object it. Now basically your camera is connected to your cube, but your cube has no data set for it. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna make it a rigid body, which means it now can maneuver and do whatever your ground. And because we attach the camera to it, it goes with it. And it looks pretty cool, I guess. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you. I'm gonna bring you up here. And we're gonna, what would be a nice flat little place we can put you in the beginning? And I don't want you to fall off, so will you fall off if I place you here? Nope, he'll sit perfectly. And you get a nice little view of what your background is. Now, how would you make him look around like in an interface? Well, you would go to your game logic or engine is called. I'm going to change this to texture because I want to see what I am doing. Select your cube, and you want to hit mouse and change this to movement. And you're going to go over and hit mouse over here and hit look. Now these are highly sensitive, so you want to take all the sensitivity from the x-axis and the y-axis and change it from 2 to 0. At the max 0.3. 0.3. Alright, and then you just go ahead and you're going to give that a connect. And now I'm going to play it, but if I move my mouse, as you can see, he moves with it. So that means if we go to our camera, we hit play, we move around like that. Now, I'm a little, so you get my point, alright? He moves around like that. Now we have to make him actually move. So, while we still have him selected, I'm gonna go ahead and just minus these out. We're gonna hit keyboard. We're gonna hit, where is it? Motion. We're gonna hit location. And let's say if it's X, no, scale X, scale Y. Yeah, I think, let's try Y. And let's make that W. And that means he'll move forward, or which way will he move? Oh, I never connected them, sorry, I was getting a little confused by the and right there. So, no, he goes like fast in the other direction, so it's gonna be negative Y. Let's make that 0.09 and give that a shot. Alright. So you can maneuver around your background, I guess. I'm going to eventually scale up our little thing right here that we have, our ground, so it will look a bit better and he can maneuver without falling over all the time. Alright, so I'm gonna take that out and we're gonna finish all the movements. I'm just gonna speed do this and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I am back, and I finished the movements, so he'll move forward, left, right. Alright, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to default, so I can see it better, and I'm going to unselect our, I'm going to select our cube, I'm going to make the grid's actually more, yeah. Then you're gonna scale it down Z just so it would do that. And we're just gonna put that a bit more like that. So now, when we play it, our interface is much larger. We're gonna bring the cube down so it doesn't immediately just fall over, which he is. So we're gonna see if we can fix that a bit. Let me try something. To make him a bit more stable, I'm gonna try to do this. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Okay then. Scale. Alright then. Just looking for a stable. There we go. Alright, so in our little position here in our world, we have successfully created our world where we can maneuver around and do some stuff, including like climb this hill. Of course, we tip over. But what I'm going to be showing you, guys, in part 2 of this, is how we can do stuff like create an inventory and actually give him like a weapon and stuff. But before we do that, and I end this video, let's go ahead and save our project. So you're gonna go out and we're gonna save it as test game.blend. We're not gonna render it yet, so we're gonna save our Blender file. And that's going to be it for this video. I will show you guys much more in the next video about how to create an inventory without Python scripting and actually give him a functioning weapon. And maybe in part 3 we'll add some stuff like how he can, like mobs that he could actually fight and stuff like that. Until then, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and